What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, 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 everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through setbacks.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. So I hope everybody is well since the last time we hung out. I'm doing absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, though I will say it has been crazy cold here in New York. I mean, we are in the midst of some crazy winter weather. It has been in the 20s all week long, and, I'm just over it, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the holiday season, but once January 1st comes around, I am so over it. But I do have myself a nice hot cup of coffee just to keep the vocal cords nice and warm so that I could talk to you guys about today's topic. And today's topic is survival mode and how it serves us and how at some point, it's important for us to let it go. All right? Because the reality is this. There are seasons in life where we become who we have to be, right? Who we have to become just to survive. But this so-called survival mode, this shouldn't be a permanent state. Holding on to that version of yourself for too long can actually hold you back. So though it may have gotten you where you are or need to be, it might not let you get any much further. Okay, and I'm talking about those times when life got you against the ropes, right? Maybe it's a health scare. Maybe it's losing a job, or relationships falling apart, or just growing up in circumstances that really don't leave you much room for mistakes. And I know that personally. I mean, I feel like I spent my life up against the ropes. It's not an easy place to be, and you need to do what you need to do to survive sometimes. So you become someone who can handle all that stress and all that trauma. You toughen up, you make sacrifices, and you push through the pain because you needed to. And that version of you, it deserves respect. I mean, it kept you alive. It got you through the storm. But here's the thing. Survival mode is like armor, okay? It's heavy, man, and it's restrictive. And once this storm passes, if you're still walking around in that armor, it can stop you from growing into who you are meant to be next. And I get it. Letting go of survival mode is scary. You spent so much time relying on that version of yourself to get through the challenges in life. And you trust it. You trust that version of you. But what about growth? Growth is going to ask you to loosen your grip, man. It's going to ask you to let go. I want you to think about this. Imagine you're holding on to a branch for dear life, and someone says, "Hey, the ground is right beneath you now. You can let go." But you've been holding on to that branch for so long, your hands, they don't even remember how to unclench. It's instinctual now for you to stay locked in survival mode. But if you do not let go, you'll never get to stand on solid ground. You're going to stay suspended. You are going to stay stuck. So you probably ask yourself, "Hey, Vino, how do I know when it's time? How do I know when it's time to let go?" Well, here's one sign. When the tools that once protected you are now blocking your blessings. That hyper independence turns into a distrust of people, a constant need for control. While at one point that may have helped you survive, but right now it's not helping you to thrive. When you notice that type of friction in your life, then, my friend, it is time for you to lean into change. And let's get this clear, right? Because I know you're probably thinking this. Letting go of survival mode isn't about abandoning who you were. It's actually about honoring who you were. Okay? About thanking yourself. And then stepping into a new you, an improved you. All right? It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that you had to suppress so you can get through those hard times. For example, maybe you've always been creative, but survival mode made you into a practical person, right? Or maybe you've got a soft heart, but life made you build walls around it. That's something I dealt with. It took me years to realize I can be open-hearted. When you're this, Puerto Rican kid from the Bronx, streets, tough life, all of that shit, it's hard to allow yourself to open up the way I have these days. Okay? But ask yourself, what would it look like to take a small risk on being you or being you again? Not the you that's fighting to survive, but the you who's ready to live. I want you to say that out loud to yourself. Okay? Say to yourself, do I want to survive or do I want to live? Here's an exercise, all right? Ask yourself, who did I need to be to survive? And then write it down. And then I want you to ask yourself, who do I want to be now? And let that be your roadmap. Because the truth is, we're allowed to evolve. No one's asking us to be perfect. We just need to be our true selves. Whatever that is. Be whole. Be present. Be you. And I want to stress something to you. This is not easy. Letting go of a version of yourself, even one that's no longer serving you, it's challenging, it's difficult, it's scary, and it could feel like a loss. But I promise you, Coach Vino promises you that on the other side of that loss is freedom. A freedom to live lighter, to connect deeper, and to experience true joy without any guilt. So I want to leave you with this today, right, guys? Respect the person that you had to become to survive. But don't be afraid to shed that skin and grow into someone new. Life's not about staying the same. It's about evolving. It's about becoming who you are meant to be, who you always were that maybe you didn't allow to shine through. This is your opportunity. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. And I really hope that this episode resonated with you. And if you know someone that could, benefit from hearing this, share it with someone who needs to hear it. We're all about sharing is caring on this here podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you or anyone you know would like to work with Coach Vino, you should visit my website, CoachVinoLLC.com. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Cheers.
I find it hard to reveal these thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form. But I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo,
This might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning.